Is this thing on?
Hello everybody and welcome to another Infinity Evolved Skyblock with TechnoJock on the Season Gamers server. It's great news, all the things we've been waiting for are ready. We have a full stack of Iridium now to be able to make our ME controller. We have all of the machine frames to be able to make the inscribers, to be able to make the chips that we would need, the circuits that we would need for that controller. Our crystals have processed to make those chips and the things for the inscribers as well, but the bad news is we're not going to make our ME controller. But the other good news is it's because we're going to be killing the Wither this episode instead. I think it's probably a good idea to get our power situation in order before we start putting further strain on our reactor by having the ME controller drawing all that power. So, I don't know why I've got compressed cobblestone on me. There we go. Get rid of that. And I need to put on some proper work clothes. Not these robes. Right, let's get going. So you'll see I already have a bunch of stuff in my inventory to help us out with this. And I'm going to grab myself a regular ender chest. There's actually, I haven't managed to find the recipe for this. Just ender chest. And all you get is the new ender storage ender chest. However, this recipe, Obsidian Ring and Now of Ender, does get you an ender chest. And it can be used. Hello, come on. There we go. It can be used to make. Yes, thank you. Oh, just gonna know what's going on. There we go. Right. Can be used to make the B space upgrades for barrels. So we're going to grab these and we're going to grab those. Now we've got a couple of things. First and foremost, B space upgrades, you'll see it says slots used 2. So we do need not just the 1 but the Mark II structural upgrades as well. And to be able to put the Mark II on, you need the Mark 1 on there already. So let's get that going. I think we've got everything else that we need on us just now. If not, it's not all that far away to come back. So what I've got going on here is I have made a little killing chamber with the warded glass that we had from when we made the reactor area over there. So this will make a cool little area here, but we're going to build the actual wither on top of this. And in actual fact, I've gone to put these bits in the wrong place. So let's take these down. Let's put them back in a more sensible place. So I need to start it there, and then we'll come out and it'll make the normal wither shape like that. That's how we're doing it. Yep, perfect. Now we're going to use block placers to place the blocks, funnily enough. So that'll be the bottom one, and then we're going to have like that, and like that. And that's all we're doing at the moment on this side. Now, here we're going to be doing the exact same thing with our pattern. We'll get rid of this. This is just placey blocks at the moment. And we're going to complete the pattern. So we're going to have that, and no. That, and that there. Perfect. Now, what will happen is we require some chests behind these things. And we'll take that one away as well. Right, we've got 7 chests on us. So let's go 1 chest, 2 chests, 3 chests. Like that. Perfect. Now, we won't really be using these at the moment, but they will come in handy later on. Once we automate this, we will of course require to build out a little bit so I'm not floating around when I'm doing this. I'll pop these on there like that. I'm going to do a very similar thing over on this side like this. Like I say, won't be needing this straight away, but I do want to be kind of ahead of the game when it comes to this later on. So what we'll get going is these ones are obviously, these three up here are obviously for the heads, for the skulls, and these three over here, and then this one in the middle here are for the soul sand. So we will do that. We're going to be using rationing pipe to put one, actually I want hyper rationing. Okay, we'll sort that out in a little bit. In any case, we're wanting to put one head in there, one head in there, and one head in there, and that'll place that. We need the soul sand over here as well. Now, we are going to put two of these. We're going to put one there, and I think one probably there is fine. One of them will be for heads. It doesn't really matter which one, but I'm going to put that in there, and I wonder, can I? Yes, that's that locked. I'll lock that one as well. We don't have any soul sand on us quite yet, but we'll get to that point soon enough. We'll put that there and that there, and that will probably, yeah, pull that with our skeleton skull out. Yeah, I'm going to want to put hyper rationing pipes on there. Hadn't really thought of it. Hyper rationing pipe. This is buttons. Right, okay. I'm going to take these off just now. If they're the wrong thing, they're the wrong thing, and there's little point in keeping them on there. We will use them somewhere else, I am sure. And I do want to put down a torch there. Let's have a look, yeah. And let's put another one there. And down there as well. I'm not too fussed if something decides to spawn in there. Right. Oh, I am too fussed if something decides to spawn up here though. Right. Better. Not the most aesthetic of builds. Let's get the hyper rationing pipe, and I'm wanting to get some of the redstone conduit. I don't know how much of that stuff I've got left. Let's go in here, get rid of that and that. Let's go. We want one. Let's see this. How many we do we get? 2. We need 7, so I need 3, 4 bits of that. No, not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need glass, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll need a fair bit of. Let's grab another bit then. Yeah, we'll need a fair bit of stone. Really? We're out of stone? No, we're not. Oh, there we go. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we need. Oh, let's just get all the buttons. All the buttons. Stone is cheap, right? And now we'll never need another button. I'm thinking. Right, let's do that. Redstone conduit, please. Redstone conduit. We have an abundance of this stuff. And actually, you know what I want? I want a button. Boop. Right, I do want a button, and I'll want a bit of stone to place this against. Let's go back up here, and we will put these down on here properly. So that, that, and that for those ones, and then back over here. So that, that, and that. So this is the soul sand side. Yep. So we want this to come over this direction, and like that, and like that. Yeah, that'll work. And then it'll need to come over underneath along to this one, because that is, no, I don't want the go like that. I'm going to need to disconnect that from there, but it doesn't matter too much at the moment. And it needs to disconnect from there as well. Let's come underneath here like that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And now this one needs to come up. This is a little bit tricky negotiating this, but we want the skulls to come up and then over like that, and then we can come up. Ooh, definitely don't want that to happen. Let's just take that out of there just now. Now we want to come over and then up. Yep, that'll be okay. And then it needs to come over here as well to this one. Now, perhaps, let's get rid of that just now. Maybe put that there. We've got that can go there. And we need to come up a bit because we don't want it to connect to anything else at present, like that. So that will connect all of them. That connects all of them. We are good to go. This is one of the more ugly builds I've done, but I don't particularly care at this point. Now the next thing is we need to go and put that on. Maybe I should don't have any more placey blocks, so let's nab these ones back out. We don't need them anymore. Brilliant, nice, excellent. And let's come out this way, tiny little bit. Right. And to shift click that on, shift click that on. And then you can see just down at the very bottom, the little indicator there shows that that is a B space barrel. Do the same thing with that, that. Excellent. Now let's go over here, because this is ostensibly where we want the B space barrel to go, and I want to just come out a little bit of there, and that, and that goes on. Now we need to link them, which I will do in due course, but we'll come to that. I think we're doing quite well here. We want the other redstone conduit. So we want, let's see, that there, and that, and that, and that. And somewhere in here I've got my crescent hammer. Nope. Missed. Want to get in. Maybe I can. No. Need to get in beneath that. Okay. Not like that. Oh well, this is about to become a cobblestone block then. Doesn't matter. Right. Now I can get in underneath it. Perfect. That's better. So. Really? I'm just hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. Better, better, better. Right. So, these ones are all going to be the red. And we will do like that. And don't think we need strong signal on them or anything like that. Perfect. Then we need, what do we need? Actually, we could have probably got away with doing that. Yeah. Let's take those ones off, because what we can do is say that one's red, this one, although I'm going to have to replace this, put it there, jump up here. We can say this one, not red, green, that'll be fine. This one can go here. Probably don't even need this on here. Yep. We can say this one on the very top. No. Very top of that, there we go. So that's going to be red, yep. That's going to be green, yep. That's going to be green, yep. And that's going to be green as well. Right. So what's going to happen is a green signal will place all of the sand. A red signal will place skulls. Ordinarily, if you place them all at once, it should work. However, because we're on a server, I just want to make sure that we don't end up having a situation where we've got a problem. Now I'm going to take that off there and make a little hole through here actually, where we can come out of here and over. Or actually, we don't need to make a little hole like that, we can just come down and go like that. There we go, that's even better, it saves a little bit. So now we can come out of here like that with this, and we'll put the thing for the button here I think. So like this, and this point, let's grab that. I could have done with 2 buttons. Gosh darn it. Right, okay, let's just sort the wiring out first. So that's the sound that's going to come out of there. I'm going to take the wiring out of here, out the back, like this, like that. Like that. Better. The wiring for this is going to be not there, but in fact there. Ooh. Which means we don't need that one. I don't want to have 2 hyper rationing pipes on there, so we're going to come off of there, and then that's going to come over with this one. Perfect. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. So that's going to be on there with that. And then we're going to go down and over like that. And then this one was there and can come up and over, I think, maybe. Yeah. It's probably the quickest way of getting this over here. Like, really, I didn't realise I could turn those with these. Maybe, was it ever turned that way? Strange. Maybe it was always like that. I never noticed. Well, it's a good job I did. Now, Then like that. And technically we can probably get away with getting rid of that, putting that, and we'll say that. Yeah. And we'll just go like that. I can go like that, and green and red on the correct sides. Okay, let's get another button for this, and we'll grab a bunch of soul sand. In fact, no, we're going to get the B space thing and actually do that properly at this point. So let's go down here. We're going to get another button. Okay, and then let's have a look at the B space upgrade. B space. Now, the spelling's different, yeah. It's B hyphen space tuning fork, but the actual upgrades are just B space. Go figure. 3 iron ingots and an ender pearl. Well, we can do that. Let's get the ender pearl. Like that. And 3 iron. Like that. Nope. So it makes this tuning fork. So I think we are kind of good. Ooh, I've just remembered something particularly important before we start doing this. There's one other thing that's very, very crucial to this entire build, and part of it is a fluid transposer. And the other part is a plate frame. And we need to get some more ender pearls for this. I need another 4 ender pearls for this in particular. 2, 3, and 4. Yep. Don't do that. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this off here for a start. This portable tank can come off because our fluid transposer is going to do the job of that from now on. Not to say that we're not going to need that tank, but we will be repurposing that. Right. Power in, that there, I think are golden. Yes, we are. Let's melt down some ender pearls. It will eject up the top as it did before, but instead of going into the tank, our portable tank, it's going into the tank of this. And this plate frame, as you saw, was just some Invar hardened glass and signalum. If we put that in there with 4 melted down ender pearls, or a bucket of resonant ender, you get a translocation plate. I think we might need to get a multimeter as well, actually. Let's have a look at that. Multimeter from, not that one, from Mine Factory Reloaded, is it? It's thermal expansion one. There we go. That's what we need. So we need an electrum gear, redstone conductance coil, which is electrum. So 5 electrum, we need some lead and some copper. Let me just see what we've got in the way of electrum in here. Electrum, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll need to put 1 in there. We'll melt these ones down into a gear. And grab the gear, put it there. Let's quickly grab the stuff for conductance coil. Where did I put the stuff? There it is. So we need, where was it? It's there. So we need 2 lead and 2 copper as well. Pretty sure I've lead over here. Yes, I do. Pretty sure I've got copper over here. Yes, I do. So, conductance coil, copper, lead, and that gear. Any minute now. Now this thing is pretty cool, actually. I don't know what it... Yeah. Grab this up. Yeah, if you... A wrench will turn it and you can get teleported about. That's done me 16 blocks. Now we don't want it to go 16 blocks. Ooh. So that's more kind of what we're aiming for, but going down the way. Because we want the wither to be teleported down into that box. So we only need it to go down about 4 blocks, maybe 5. There we go, we'll grab that, we'll pick this back up. So we need to configure it with this thing. Have I? Ah, perfect. Right, let's go. So let's nip over here first, and we will, I think, yeah, we need to have a placey block. So we can shift right click that. Fork starts resonating. I need to run over here or fly over here quickly, because you'll see the little bar going down is a timer. There we go, but it is linked now, and you can see we've got this. And yeah, this should now be putting the stuff into here. Yeah, there we go. Look, we've got 1 soul sand in there, and we've got 1 soul sand in there. I'll bet there's 1 in there. Yes, excellent. This is exactly what we wanted. Now, that's not quite going to be working automatically yet, but what we will do is go 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 in there. We've got our 2 buttons here and here, so green first. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. And then when we do the red one, it's going to place the skulls on the top. Obviously, we don't quite want that yet. So put these back in here. Like that. We are ready to go. Let's configure this to go down the way. We will use our multimeter. And so it's going down the way, and we want to do it, say, 6 down the way. I shall make sure I have my wand on me so I can get out of this thing. And we can go. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can get away with 5. Let's just do 5. And then I think we're ready to actually do it. Let's just do 5 rather than 6. So, like that. Give it one more go. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Right. Live fire in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Oh, that's so good. Now, there's probably going to be some damage to that platform in just a moment. Yep. Oh, we got rid of all the stuff round about it. I hope it hasn't damaged any of the other bits. It doesn't appear to have done. But we will sort that out in due course. Not the end of the world, it hasn't damaged any of the actual stuff. And we can go down here and kill our wither. And that is us done. We have 1 nether star. We have our division sigil and a rare shader grab bag thingamajigger. And a miniature yellow heart cat thingbob. That'll come in handy. So, I think that's that. We will cover getting this thing fully automated in a future episode, what we will be doing is making a computer program that will control this. It'll be linked into our power grid, so when the power gets particularly low, or rather the number of nether stars that we have in the system gets particularly low, then this thing will turn on. These will always have, or rather these chests will always be hyper rationed with skulls and with soul sand. The computer will check these things to make sure that there are one of each in, or one of the requisite thing in each chest, and it will then push into the block placer and then start the actual thing by doing a green signal and then a moment later a red signal, and that will kick it all off, and then we'll have some sort of system beneath this that will automatically kill the wither. And then also at some point very soon, before we get it fully automated, this entire contraption will be completely encased in some sort of witherproof block, so that we don't have any issues with things getting out and we have a sorry state of affairs happening like we had with our unnamed moose in the old series on the other server, on the Infinity Evolved non-Skyblock thing. But I think that's us for this episode, folks. Thanks very much for watching. We're well on our way. Next episode, I think we're going to be doing something along the same lines as this for our power. We will move on to ME once we get our power all sorted out. But until then, bye-bye, and have a funs from me.